Hello everybody, we're here today with Dawg, and we're going to be talking to her about yoga and how she's gotten involved with that and what you could do to get involved. So tell us about yourself and how did you get involved with yoga?
Probably 10 years ago I took my first class and I don't know, I fell in love with it. The part at the end of class, Savasana, was a really nice feeling of being totally relaxed and your head's a little clearer. And that last 7 minutes of class was a hook. Because not only is it a great workout, but it's that feeling when you're done with class, that last 7 minutes, how that feels. And yeah, it hooked me. I'm like, why isn't everybody on the planet doing this?
I mean, I've noticed with lots of people that it's kind of a love or hate kind of thing. And do you see that a lot? Like a lot of people coming in and going?
Yeah.
I'm not a hater, I'm a non-understander. It's like I can't calm myself down. I guess I can't find it in my inner self to like appreciate it and stretch myself to that limit. And that's something that I'm jealous of. Like I wish I could get to that point, and it's just like when the sweat's beating down my face, I'm just like, oh, I want to die. Like I want to find that inner like strength for it.
Well, that's what I guess what I would say to that is, if you know, sometimes the things that get under our skin the most are the things that we need the most.
Right.
And it is hard, and it is hard to slow down and breathe and to look at, I mean, this is uncomfortable, I want out of it. I mean, any experience or sensation you have in a class shouldn't be sharp or hot or electric. But yeah, it's going to be a strong sensation, some of the poses will be. And come to class, like if somebody's wanting to try a yoga class, I would say, you know, try for a couple of weeks. You know, kind of get committed to for 2 weeks or a month to show up, because it gets familiar quickly. There's a lot of repetition in the practice, and two, you know, one style of practice isn't for everybody. There are so many different types of yoga. I mean, there's kinds that are very gentle, that are all on the floor, that are slow and just restorative, long holds, and then there's power yoga where it's more of an athletic practice and we move a lot and there's a lot more movement. And there's, you know,
just
20 styles in between that, so you can really explore.
So what do you teach here at Tech?
I teach power yoga at Tech.
And so what does it make it power yoga? Is it just because it's athletic, it's more moving, more?
It is athletic.
Exercise?
Yeah, it is an athletic style practice. The breath involved with it makes it different than a regular kind of exercise class. That the breath, that there's a big focus on a breath that is very slow. The inhale and the exhale is slow and just through the nose. So the idea behind that is that you're showing up, you're doing this work in your body, but you're not making yourself tense and you're not holding in your body as much as allowing, you know, space to happen and for the poses to work on you. So that breath is kind of relaxes you even though you are working at the same time.
So would you say this type is your favorite type, or are you?
This is home for me. Power yoga is home for me. It is my home base. I love to explore though, and I love to take a restorative class. I mean, that's just like it's like prepares you for a really good sleep. You know, you
Sounds awesome.
Yes. And yin does the same thing. Like a yin class is slow, long holds, all on the floor, and I teach that. And some other locations, but it prepares you for sleep as well. It makes you very, you know, mellow. Yes.
Now, do you suggest doing yoga like college students? We're stressed out, we don't get a lot of sleep, we want to, you know, hit the gym if you want to lose weight and go run on the treadmill until you can't breathe anymore. This has become like I said, the latest trend at Tech. There are so many people that brag about coming to yoga. I know when he first started going, like you said, it takes a while to get familiar, but once you do, he'll always talk about it and bring it up like, well, in yoga class, and this really has caught on. I mean, how long have you been here at Tech? Because this literally has just exploded this year, I feel like.
I have been here since 2006.
So you've seen the growth, because I remember like a few yoga classes, and now you're saying you teach 21 classes a week. Just
West Monroe and in Ruston.
That's crazy.
So between the two places.
This is, I mean, it's really impressive. Like you said, it's a hard thing, but once you've pushed your body to that place, it's something that's appreciated, and it's different than just, you know, running outside and sweating and getting a runner's high. This is a yoga high.
I'll explain it like this too. Are you a runner?
Occasionally.
Okay.
When my coach makes us run.
When someone's chasing
Okay.
Yeah, when someone's chasing me.
Well, I really like running, but my knees, I struggle with my knees.
Right.
And if I could run, you know, a lot, I would. I still do every now and then, just because it feels really good. But there's a clearing out of your body and of your head, that stress relief thing when you run. Like you're hitting the concrete or the, you know, track or whatever you're running on surface, and it's that pound, 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 that steadiness of your feet striking, and then you get a rhythm to your breath, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yoga, same idea.
You just don't have to hit the concrete, thankfully.
Right, exactly. And a lot of long distance runners show up for my classes. I have track athletes that show up as well, because some of the same focus, well, they need the hip work and the hamstring work that we do in yoga, but there is something that's similar in how it clears your body and your head out of tension and stress. Meanwhile, you're getting a workout at the same time.
Right.
But it's the steadiness of your breath. So it's uncomfortable, you know, like when it gets hard, you need to look at, you know, your breath. Can you maintain a slow, steady inhale, a slow, steady exhale? That's what your focus is on. And if you can't maintain that breath, then you look at how hard you're working in your pose, and maybe you need to back off. Like if you can't stay with that breath, then that's the key to tell you, you know, I need to hold back a little bit. Or there's space. I can push a little more in this pose because the breath is kind of pretty easy for me right now. But the breath is your guide.
Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely helped me with cycling, because I'll be really breathing hard and I just think about it and I just think it's a lot easier.
Well, I feel like whenever you do, I guess, like a hardcore workout, I almost feel like barbaric. It's just like I'm running or I'm going to go do focusing on your breathing. It's something that really, it's like a true workout. So when you're done, you feel, I know everybody I know that's gone to yoga, and like he said, when you leave, you just are like, okay, I know I pushed my body to its limit. I don't feel bad. I feel good. It's the good herd.
And all types, I mean, however you move and work out, I mean, it's all good, it's all healthy, you know, and they're just differences. But there's a strong stress relief, tension unwinding aspect to this practice. And that is why I teach it. That is what inspired me to teach. Is really the Savasana, the last 7 minutes, is how that sensation felt. And you take somebody that is a high anxiety person that's tightly wound, and in this day and time you look at how many people are on, you know, medicine for that.
Right.
Okay, not to say medicine does have its place.
This is a natural way to release it.
And a lot of times, you know, the medicine's going to have to stay for a lot of people, but this is just another tool to add to life toolbox.
Right.
Of how to deal with stress and anxiety in your body.
Well, and I think it's really awesome. She teaches every different age group. She teaches the elderly. What did you say? You have sit-down yoga?
I don't work with children, but I am teaching. Well, I'm not even going to name it by age. Okay, we'll step back a little bit, because some of it depends on injuries or just what they've got going on in bodies. Like I've had students in wheelchairs. I teach a class that's mainly seated. And we do some standing work, and I have had some students that have been in wheelchair, but they still have mobility in their legs, even though they can't stand, attend those classes.
Wow.
Though, but that would take, I mean, those are special situations, and I have to have a lot of one-on-one, you know, conversation with them to see if it's a good fit. And so that would be, I have the seated yoga, it's called Yoga for Life. And then I teach a yoga that's chair yoga, but your hands are in the chair. So that is a modified practice to the power yoga. So instead of going up and down to the floor, we just go hands in the chair, and you lower in an up dog and a down dog.
Okay, well that's neat.
And so if you have bad knees or a back issue, or just even that stepping forward motion is difficult for you, and you know, hard to get your foot up there, then that is an in-between kind of practice. And then there's power yoga, and then there's yin. and yin is all on the floor, and it is long holds. Like a short hold in yin is 2 minutes, and a long hold, some classes go up to 8 minutes. In my classes, I don't hold that long. Usually the maximum that I'll hold is 4 minutes in a pose. And so it's just about allowing the pose to work on you. There's a hip series and a spine series. But it's just about staying and breathing and allowing the gravity and the pose and your breath to soften your body and you sink in. So,
Ooh.
Yeah,
you got me motivated.
Yin is different. The first yin class, like talking about, things that get under your skin. I came from, power background. I love my power classes, and I'd gone through a weekend kind of workshop training, and we did all these power classes, and I was pumped and feeling good, and I love those hard practices, just wring your body out. And then we did a 2-hour yin practice is how we finished, which is all on the floor. I mean, because it's not about, yin is not about how much energy you have left or whatever. You can be really tired and do yin. But it's that staying in places that aren't completely comfortable and breathing and relaxing there instead of grinding your teeth and making fist and,
loving
cursing.
Toes.
Yeah, exactly. So
Wow.
it's that kind of work that really, when it brought up so much in me that I wanted to crawl off my mat. I'm like, okay, I got to look at this. And so
Wow.
I'm teaching yin now as well.
That is so neat. Well, she also is the yoga lady behind the football team. If you've heard them bragging about their recent poses and stuff, so you get to teach some pretty different groups of people, like you said.
I do.
And my question is, have you had any awkward encounters in class? I was asking them, has anyone ever released so much that there's a little bit too much releasing?
I posted something on Facebook recently about that. There was it was really funny. It was like how to disguise if you have flatulence in yoga class and how to disguise the sound. And it's a really tacky video, but it's funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's amazing. Anytime you see yoga on TV, there's always somebody who
Stuff
starts.
happens. Yeah, stuff happens in yoga class. And it's okay. It's just bodies. And, it happens. Yeah. The best thing I can say to this is not that this will cure everything and fix everything. It's not suggested that you eat, heavily right before class.
Okay.
You need to give yourself about 2 hours, in between having a meal and practicing yoga is suggested.
So then they're not worried about that.
One time I ate some chips and queso right before class, and that was not a good experience.
Oh gosh, I would just have heartburn the whole time. Being upside down, I was just, why did I eat that? Oh my gosh.
My stomach was
And
punching me.
well, do you have any other tips? I mean, if you're a beginner yoga person, I've gone to one class. What would you tell me? Like you said, don't really eat anything heavy about 2 hours before. Like, what is something to prepare myself and during it? Just kind of talk myself through it. What would you suggest?
Okay, let's see. First, don't eat heavy. Now, if sometimes just the way meals run and your day runs, and sometimes, you have to eat. If you do, have half a banana or, something small. You can have a snack just if your day has been crazy and you're going to need some energy, some food in your body to get through class. Need something small. Hydrate. Make sure you come, that you've consumed something besides caffeinated things,
Lots of water.
But just so you're hydrated, right? What else? Clothing. You want to make sure that if your shirt wouldn't be too big, because like some people wear a really loose, big T-shirt,
and you turn over and
it flops over your head, and that's a problem. And you're fighting your clothes. Another thing is your pants. You need to make sure that whatever is going on in the waist is a good stay put kind of thing, because there's nothing like fighting your pants. Well, I've seen it all happen in class. You just want clothing that's going to stay.
Right. You don't want to be distracted by it.
Well, it's just annoying in class.
Right.
It's new enough. The poses are, going to be challenging enough, much less if you're worried about keeping your clothes in place. That's really frustrating. And then just as far as the practice itself, it's just like starting anything new. If you're not used to running, you're not going to go out and run 10 miles your first day out, right?
Never.
Okay. You're going to
No way.
run a little and you're going to walk some. And you're going to run a little and you're going to walk some. So approach your yoga experience the same way. That it is a practice.
Right.
It is a practice. there's not, I say this in my classes, and it's so true, there's not a point in yoga where you have arrived. It is a practice. It is a lifelong pursuit.
Continuous thing.
Yes, and it'll look different as your body changes, and through aging, through pregnancy, through, I don't know, a million other things, injuries that you have in your life, different things. The practice can continue, but it'll look different.
Pretty cool.
And the practice, just approach it like that, with that mindset that it's just new and different, and you're starting something new, and it's practice.
I'm gonna try.
So when do you teach classes here at Tech?
Monday and Wednesday night at 5:30 p.m. and Tuesday and Thursday morning at 6 a.m.
I recommend Tuesday, Thursday. I love them then. Okay, so we're about to start and show y'all some demonstrations and some tips and some moves that y'all can try at home before you come to yoga, so you don't feel so new at it. And we'll start that in a second.
What I'm about to teach is a sun salutation B, and it's kind of like our warm-up in our yoga practice. What we do to warm up our bodies before we really dive into our practice. And I'll go through it once, just like I do in class, slow. And then we're going to go through it fast one time. But this part of the practice, when you come to class, it's always the same. And so, anyway, just to give you kind of a what you're in for kind of thing. But note that when we do it fast, that the practice will slow back down too after that. But we're just going to do the sun B and then work on something that's a little more fun.
Scary.
Okay, so go ahead and press back into child's pose. You want your big toes to come together, your knees out wide to the edges of the mat, and just press back into your hips. And you take a breath in through your nose and empty it out of your nose. And again, a breath in and empty it all the way out. And then you're going to press up to table. So you're going to come up to all fours. Okay. And you want to flatten out your hands. And this is important because we want the weight kind of distributed through the bones of our fingers, like our thumb, and our index finger, the knuckles of those fingers press into the mat. And then I'm going to call them the eyes of our arms. It's this inside part of your elbows. They roll forward. And you take your shoulders down your back because you're preparing for what's to come. Yeah, because you want the shoulders open, okay? Now go ahead and walk your knees back a few inches. You're going to tuck your toes under and take it up and back to down dog. So send your tailbone to the sky. Good. You're going to push back into your hips. Now, if your spine's kind of rounded, you can bend your knees a little bit because it'll give you a little lean. Like if you're feeling tight in your hamstrings, it's perfectly acceptable to do that. Yeah. A couple breaths here. Breathe in and empty it out. And a breath in and empty it all the way out. And then we're just going to walk up to the front of the mat, come all the way up. Just split your feet 2 fists width apart, 2 fists width, kind of pour down. So you want to bend your knees a little bit, get your belly and thighs close. Now bring your arms behind your back, clasp them. Hands at your spine, drop your head, and just rinse the arms, let them flow. We're just stretching things out for a moment. And the shoulders kind of ready for some things we're going to do. Again, let your head hang. Don't let it pull any tension into the neck. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And release the hands down. They're going to heel toe our feet together. So your big toes touch. You have a little gap between your heels. And we're going to reach all the way up to the ceiling. Fill it up. And then exhale, fold in and bow. At the hinge of your hips, we fold. Now we're going to take chair pose, also called Utkatasana. So it's like pulling your bum back and sitting in a chair that's invisible. Yeah.
Utkatasana.
Yes, you're going to push your heels down and draw your sitting bones in towards each other.
Hug
your belly.
butt.
Okay, right. So you got something going on. So you're strong from hips down, and you want space and light from hips up. 2 breaths. Breathe in. Exhale, push the heels into the mat, and breath in. And exhale to fold it in. Then inhale, halfway lift to lengthen the spine. So here we want our back to be flat. So if it's rounded, you bend the knees a little bit. Good. Pull the shoulders apart. And let's step it back to plank. So in plank, like depending on your day you're having, what kind of strength you've got going on, you can work with your knees up or you can work with your knees down. Either one. So, you know, if you feel like I'm not strong enough to do what they're doing if you're not strong enough, you know, to hold a full plank, then you can work with your knees down.
I'll do the modified version.
Okay. So it's okay. Squeeze your quads. squeeze them. You're gonna hug your belly in. Now look up and draw a little forward and lower down. Elbows into the ribs. You can set your body all the way down, okay? And then inhale, up dog, shoulders down and back. And take it back, down dog, tail right up to the sky. Take a breath in and empty. Now you're gonna lift your right leg. And we're gonna step that right foot up to our right hand. You're gonna drop your back foot, the heel's gonna spin flat. To the right, the back heel's gonna be out and come up. It's okay. Now, once you're up, you're gonna bend your right knee. It's gonna stack on top of the ankle. And then there's this awareness to your feet, to foundation. You lift all 10 toes. So you can feel your heels. You gotta put them back down, it's okay. But it's just so you're aware of your arches of your feet lifted. To push your heels down into the mat and away from each other. And the ball of your foot presses too, but the toes aren't gripping. Now just put your hands on your hips. So take a breath in. And exhale, take your right hip a little back without bending the back leg. Now drop your arms. Lift the arms up. And exhale, push your heels down. 2 more breaths. Breath in. Exhale, ground it in your feet. 1 more, breath in. And exhale, hands go down all the way. Step it back and lower it down. Elbows hug into the body. Upward facing dog. Lift it. Shoulders backward from your ears. Back down dog. Yeah. Left foot forward. Left foot forward. Drop the back foot. Come up. Come up. Lighten the feet. Okay, so now both heels on the floor. You bend that front knee. Okay. Light toes. Notice your feet. Like feel the heels push down into the floor. They push down and push away from each other. So your legs are kind of waking up. The muscles in your legs.
Mine are very awake.
Yeah. Okay. Hands to your hips. Take a breath in. And exhale, left hip back. Now drop your arms, palms open. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, sink the hips a little lower. Breath in. Exhale. 1 more breath in.
Okay.
And exhale, go low. And if you're tight, you can open them more. That's okay. Lower it down. Inhale, up dog. And take it back. Down dog. Empty it out. Now we're going to flow through 1 time just to warm up before we move into what we're going to do. Okay? So empty everything out. All the breath out. And step up from your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Stretch the spine out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale to the ceiling, fill it with breath. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, low push up, take it back. Whoa. Inhale, up dog, just get back there your way. Exhale, take it back, down dog. Right foot's gonna step up to your thumb, drop the back foot. Inhale, go up. Exhale, go low. And then inhale, up dog. And exhale back, down dog. Left foot forward. Ground it in your heels. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, lower it down. Inhale, up dog. And take it back, down dog. Breath in. And empty it out. Now we're going to hold a plank and do a couple things in plank real quick before we move forward into our fun thing that we're going to do. So come into your plank, whether knees up or down.
Modified.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Squeeze the belly, squeeze the legs. If you can, lift your right leg, or you can leave your knees down. Hold. 3 breaths. Breath in. Exhale. Breath in. Exhale. Just going to wake up that midsection. Breath in. Exhale. Know how to activate it. Drop the right foot down. Lift the left one. 3 breaths. Breathe in. Exhale. Breath in. Exhale. 1 more. Breath in. And empty. Drop your knees. Just sit back. Sit back. Okay.
That was just the warm up. Oh man.
So what we're gonna move into, we're gonna work on a headstand. Okay. And right. So fine. The supportive one. I'm not gonna let anybody go.
Okay.
And to that, I'll also speak that February the 18th. There's going to be a special class, a 2-hour class on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. 2 hours. It'll we'll do inversions. It'll address building blocks leading into different arm balances and headstands. So if you're interested in coming to that class,
Boot camp.
Yoga boot camp, I would strongly suggest showing up for some classes before that Saturday. Though
Right.
that probably not the best idea for that to be your first yoga experience that day. But it'll be fine. I mean, it will be, because whether you're coming fully into the pose or you're just building strength, you know,
It's better than nothing.
right, exactly.
You got to start somewhere.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Very well
start
said.
somewhere.
Very well said. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with this. So how this is going to work is we're going to come to our forearms. You're going to grab your elbows. And you're going to leave your elbows where you put them. And you're going to clasp your hands. And there's your base. So you've got a really strong base here. It's a whole entire forearm, both of them, okay? And then the head, the crown of the head, we're going to put it down on the mat, and the hands are there at the back of the head. And you're going to lift your knees up off the mat, okay? But you're going to push down in the forearm so much that you're not feeling very much weight in the head, right? You might not feeling a lot of weight on the crown. You shouldn't be. And you're just going to walk your toes in towards your head. Towards your head. Now, Elizabeth, if you want to sit down.
Towards my head?
Yeah, lift your right leg up. Lift your right leg up. Just lift it up. Just get used to how that feels. Just get used to how that feels for 3, 2, 1. Right leg down. Now lift your left leg back. Lift it for 3, 2, and 1. And come down. Come down. Drop your knees. Okay, I'm going to take Cody up first.
Okay.
And so
Can I
watch.
watch?
You're newer to the practice. And so, Cody, bring your elbows in about 1 inch more and take your knees off the mat and lift them up. And you're going to lift it, not hump. Okay, now bring it up. And so once he's up, he pushes down and he pushes up, just like when we held plank. How we made our legs strong and our belly strong. It's the same idea. It's just, it's the same as plank. It's just upside down. Right? So you hold strong legs, strong belly for 3, 2, 1. 3 leg down. Cody, you did it. And eventually it'll get to where you can come up.
So it's not a traditional it's not like a tumbling headstand like this.
Well,
That's what I was picturing.
This headstand, that one, I teach that one sometimes.
Okay.
But what I find is that a lot of students don't have the upper body strength and they get jammed in their neck and their shoulders. You know, they get really crunched.
Right.
And so I still teach that one sometimes, but this one's my favorite to teach because there's less chance of injury. Okay? Because of the protection of the forearm. So you'll get, now this one's harder to find balance in. That's why we do it assisted. But eventually you'll find balance in it. Okay? So crown of head down and knees come up off the mat and walk your toes in towards your head. You're going to lift this leg. And I'm going to push the quad and you're going to bring the other one up. You're going to push down, you're going to push up. Think about squeezing your bum. Okay. I'm not going to let you go. And even if I let you go, I'm on either side of you. Okay, see? For 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Okay. And I want to do one more thing with you, Elizabeth, to come up. Okay. To show you, see, it can come, you can eventually, you can learn to come up in balance, but to show you, if you'll do one more.
Okay.
Can you do one more for me? Okay. So the head down and lift the knees. Now, so you really get what you need to work on as far as how to come up. And you're not going to kick up or lift the leg this time. We're going to use your abs.
Oh, no.
But I'm going to support you. I'm going to hold right here.
Oh my
So hold your belly in. And go up, go up. Lift that. Come on. Beautiful. There you go. But see, you see, it takes abdominal strength to come into it. Yeah. For 3, 2, 1. Bring them down. Awesome.
Someone needs to work on their abs.
Yeah, big time.
Well, the arm balances and the inversions are a lot about abdominal strength. So not only is it upper body, but it is a lot of those deep abdominal muscles. The ones that are back against your spine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was fun.
Are you gonna go back now?
I think I kind of got bit by the yoga bug. Yeah, you may see me on Monday night.
Okay, let's see you. Yeah, whenever I don't pull out headstands every class, but I'd say once every couple of weeks we pull them out. We'll divide into partners when we do them a lot of times.
So I should bring a workout buddy, maybe.
Or
Well,
just meet new people.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll meet new
Just
people
sort of
then.
longer.
Yeah.
I'll totally do that. I'll make yoga friends.
Yeah.
I feel refreshed. Can you end us with some motivating words? Because she needs to be a motivational speaker, by the way. She's so positive and happy and full of inspiration. So any last words for our viewers and for me and Cody?
So have a seat, okay? Just for a moment. This is just, we'll just talk this through, just kind of lengthen back to the hands on your knees for a moment. And press your sitting bones down and lift up top to the crown of your head. Pick up your shoulders, drop next to your ears, and relax them down your back. Take a breath in, and empty it out. And a breath in to fill up. And exhale to let everything go. So your body, think of it like a vessel. And each exhale as you empty it out, all the stuff that you hold on to from the day, stress, from stuff that happens, good or bad. And so your yoga practice is emptying out. It is unwinding your body, taking the tension out of things. So you can start over and start fresh. Bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to seal our tongue together with one Om. Take a breath in.
I can't hold it that long.
Hands to your forehead, and together we say Namaste.
Namaste. Now, what does that mean?
The light in me honors the light in you.
Oh, namaste.
We shared like time and practice together. So
Awesome.
respectful come to greeting.
Cool. Well, I feel refreshed and knowledgeable now.
We'll come to class. And even the few poses that we covered, there's so many more details of them, but you can't, I mean, it's too much to give people like 50 things about one pose at a time. So, you know, you're just always learning more. I still go to workshops and I mean, simple things about Warrior One. I'll go to a training and pick up some new piece of information, and I'm still learning things about the poses and about how to speak to them and to describe them to other people, how to cue them. Yes.
Awesome. Well, join us, me, in yoga classes.
Yeah, you'll have to see. So if you show up for Monday night,
There's a familiar face who's
Elizabeth's
struggling.
going to be here, and somebody needs to come keep her company. So
Yes.
she'll be the only first-time person. But I do have a lot of new people always showing up for class. It's
Awesome.
pretty
Yes,
fun here.
this is the coolest thing in Ruston right now, doing yoga. So thank you for coming and seeing us. Donna the yoga lady.
So remember, you can come every Monday and Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Or Tuesday and Thursdays, you can come with me at 6 a.m.
Right.
Sleeping.
It's worth it.
And on Facebook, if you need more information, there's Blue Sky Yoga, Donna Ponder on Facebook, and you can contact me that way with any questions that you may have about starting your practice.
Sounds good.
Well, thanks for joining us, guys, and I hope to see you there.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.